Jonathan Roumie has just broken his silence about the darkest and most terrifying challenge of his life. And it's not what anyone expected. The Chosen Season 6 isn't just another season, it's the final journey to the cross. And Jonathan's recent confession has left fans shaken. He admitted that this season is taking him to a place no actor ever wants to go, a place of fear, surrender, and unimaginable emotional pain. "I'm not ready. I'm trying, but I'm not there yet," he said with a heavy voice. What's coming in The Chosen Season 6 will not only change Jonathan forever, it will change us all. Because for the first time ever, the suffering of Jesus will be shown in a way that no other show has dared to reveal. No filters, no sugarcoating, just raw, brutal, soul-breaking truth. And Jonathan, he's preparing to be crushed by it. Jonathan Roumie has played Jesus for years now. We've seen him laugh with the disciples, cry over Jerusalem, break bread with the lost. But what he just revealed about Season 6 shows that this role is no longer about acting. It's about survival. In a recent interview that's left the entire fandom stunned, Jonathan admitted that preparing for the crucifixion is breaking him in ways he never imagined. This isn't just another scene. This is the end, the darkest, most painful moment in the life of Jesus Christ, and Jonathan is about to carry that weight on his own shoulders. "I'm training my soul more than my body," Jonathan confessed quietly. He said the physical preparation, losing weight, building endurance, enduring sleepless nights, that's the easy part. The hard part is letting go of himself completely. "I need to disappear," he whispered. "I need to let Jesus take over." These aren't lines from the script. These are the words of a man who is terrified. Terrified of failing. Terrified of not honoring the role he's been given. Terrified of not being enough to carry the greatest burden ever carried. But why is this season so different? Why is this crucifixion scene so much heavier than anything that's come before? Because Dallas Jenkins, the creator of The Chosen, made a chilling promise. This will not be family-friendly. This will not be clean. This will not be safe. "We are not holding back," Dallas warned. "If we do, we betray the truth." Those words shook Jonathan to his core, because this time, it's not about acting bruised or beaten. It's about stepping into the very darkness that swallowed Jesus himself. Jonathan confessed that he's been waking up in the middle of the night, gasping for air, heart pounding, as dreams of the cross fill his mind. "I feel the fear rising inside me," he admitted. "I feel the weight. It's like something is pushing down on my chest and won't let me breathe." This isn't a man pretending to be Jesus. This is a man being crushed by the truth of what Jesus endured. And he knows he can't fake it. The camera will see every crack, every tear, every moment of hesitation. That's why Jonathan is praying harder than he's ever prayed before. "Lord, help me get out of your way," he whispers every morning. "Help me disappear so you can appear." What makes this even more terrifying is what Jonathan revealed about his personal struggle. "There's a voice in my head," he said, "a voice that says, 'You're not strong enough, you're going to fail, you can't do this.'" And Jonathan admitted that sometimes he believes that voice. Sometimes, in the quiet moments between takes, when the weight of the cross is resting on his back, he feels like breaking, like running away, like quitting. But he doesn't. Why? Because he knows what this means. Not just for the show, but for the world. "If I get this wrong," he said softly, "I dishonor everything Jesus suffered for." Dallas Jenkins saw the fear in Jonathan's eyes. He pulled him aside during rehearsals and said something that changed everything. "You don't have to be perfect," Dallas whispered. "You just have to be broken. The world needs to see that. The world needs to see Jesus in your weakness, not your strength." Those words brought Jonathan to tears, because for the first time, he realized the truth. It's not about performance. It's not about acting. It's about surrender, about being willing to be shattered, about letting the world see the pain and fear and doubt that even Jesus felt in Gethsemane. And that's what this season is about. Not triumph, not glory, but terror, betrayal, darkness, the unbearable loneliness of the cross. Jonathan confessed, That the hardest part isn't the nails or the whip or the crown of thorns. It's the moment when Jesus cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Because in that moment, Jonathan said, he feels the full weight of the universe pressing down on his chest. "I don't know if I can survive that moment," he said, eyes wide with fear. "I don't know if my heart will break." But that's the price he's willing to pay. Because this season isn't about protecting the audience, it's about confronting them, forcing them to see what really happened on that hill outside Jerusalem. Jonathan said that when he stood on the set for the first time, the place where they will film the crucifixion, he felt something cold grip his heart. "I could feel the death in the air," he said softly. "The silence, the sorrow. It was like the earth itself remembered what happened there." And in that moment, Jonathan realized something terrifying. He wasn't just playing Jesus. He was about to suffer with him. This is why Jonathan has been fasting, praying, sitting alone in the dark, begging God to carry him through this. "I can't do this alone," he whispered. "If God doesn't show up, I won't make it." And that's what makes this season so powerful, because Jonathan isn't pretending anymore. He's not acting, he's becoming the vessel through which the world will see the final awful hours of Jesus Christ. And it's breaking him, but maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what Dallas meant when he said, "We have to tell the truth." The truth isn't clean. It isn't safe. It isn't family-friendly. It's blood and sweat and fear and loneliness. And Jonathan Roumie is walking straight into it, not because he wants to, but because he has to. Because the story demands it. Because Jesus deserves it. And so here we are, standing at the edge of the most terrifying chapter in The Chosen's history. Jonathan Roumie, the man who has brought Jesus to life for millions, is about to face the greatest trial of his life. And he's asking for our prayers, for our strength, for our faith. Because when season 6 finally arrives, it won't just break Jonathan. But Jonathan Roumie is not the only one warning fans about the brutal reality of The Chosen season 6. Dallas Jenkins himself, the creator, the visionary behind this global phenomenon, has sent shockwaves through the fandom with his chilling statements about what's coming next. And it's not what anyone was prepared for. In a rare behind-the-scenes interview, Dallas confessed that this season is his most terrifying creative challenge yet, not because of the technical demands, not because of the sets, the costumes, or the huge expectations riding on this moment, but because of the truth. The ugly, raw, painful truth of the crucifixion that no show has ever dared to fully reveal. And Dallas is determined not to hold anything back. He warned the audience in simple, haunting words, "This is going to hurt you." When asked if season 6 would soften the blow, if it would sanitize the suffering of Jesus to protect viewers, Dallas shook his head. "I can't do that," he said. "If I water this down, if I make this easy to watch, then I betray the very heart of the gospel. Jesus didn't die a clean death. It wasn't quiet, it wasn't gentle, it was torture, shame, terror. And if we lie about that, even for the comfort of the audience, then why are we telling this story at all?" These words hung in the air like a heavy weight. The fans who thought they knew what was coming suddenly realized they didn't, not even close. Dallas admitted that he's wrestled with this for months. How far is too far? How much suffering can the human eye bear to see before it turns away? But every time he prayed, every time he read the ancient words of the Gospels, the answer was the same. Don't look away. Don't soften this. Show them everything. The betrayal, the whipping, the agony of the cross, the long, suffocating death under a burning sky. "I'm scared," Dallas confessed. "I'm scared to film this. I'm scared to edit it. I'm scared of what it will do to the actors, to me, to the audience. But I'm more scared of not doing it, of telling a lie with my camera, of giving people a Jesus who didn't really suffer." And this fear is not just creative fear, it's spiritual fear, because Dallas knows what this moment means. For 6 seasons, the world has fallen in love with this version of Jesus, gentle, joyful, forgiving. But now comes the moment when that Jesus must be broken, when his flesh will be torn, when his friends will run, when his mother will weep, when the sky itself will turn black. And Dallas Jenkins knows that this will change everything. Fans who watch season 6 will not come away the same. Some will be angry, some will be devastated. Some will never be able to watch the earlier, joyful seasons in the same way again. "We're about to crush their hearts," Dallas whispered. And we have to, because the cross crushed the heart of the world. This is why the entire production has changed. The set designers have built a Jerusalem that looks like a graveyard. Dark, narrow, suffocating streets, cold stone walls that echo with fear. The extras, playing soldiers, priests, mocking crowds, have been told to let their cruelty show. No fake smiles, no soft looks. "You are the ones who demand his death," Dallas told them, "and the world must see your hunger for blood." Even the costumes have changed. Dirtier, blood-stained, torn. No more bright colors, no more cheerful sunlight, only shadow. And Jonathan? He's not alone in his fear. The other actors, those playing Mary, John, Peter, have confessed their dread too, because they must now play the worst moments of their characters' lives. Peter's denial, John's helpless watching, Mary's unbearable grief. "We cry during rehearsals," one actress said, quietly, "because we can't bear what's coming." The makeup team is preparing to show the beating in horrifying detail. Swollen eyes, torn flesh, blood mixing with dirt. And Dallas has warned them, "Don't make this beautiful. Make this ugly. Make this real." Even the music has changed. The composer revealed that the soundtrack for the crucifixion scenes will be unlike anything heard in The Chosen before, dissonant, broken, a sound of agony and emptiness. No soaring violins, no hopeful choirs, only the sound of heaven turning away. "We want the audience to feel the silence of God in that moment," the composer said, "to feel the abandonment, the horror, the loss." And Dallas insists this is the only way to be faithful to the story, but why take such a terrible risk? Why make season 6 so dark, so brutal, so painful? Dallas gave a quiet, simple answer. Because the resurrection means nothing without the cross. He knows that the only way to bring joy on Easter morning is to make Good Friday unbearable. "We have to break their hearts," he said, "so that when the stone rolls away, the world will feel the wonder of hope again. But until that morning comes, darkness must fall." And Dallas Jenkins is ready to let that darkness fall heavy and cold upon the audience. Even the filming schedule has changed to prepare for this darkness. The crucifixion scenes will be shot last. Why? Because the crew and cast need time to say goodbye to the joy of the early episodes, to laugh with Jesus one last time, to break bread together. Because once they begin filming the cross, everything changes. Dallas said the mood on set will shift forever. "When we film the nails going in," he whispered, "no one will smile again that day. Maybe not for many days." He has warned the cast to prepare their hearts, to pray, to fast, to grieve, because what they are about to do will mark them for life. Fans, too, are being warned. In interviews, in social media posts, Dallas and the cast have told viewers, this is not for the faint of heart. "Don't let your kids watch this. Without thinking," Dallas said, "don't watch this lightly. Prepare yourself." Because what's coming is not entertainment. It's not a TV show. It's an encounter with the darkest moment in history, and Dallas is terrified of it. But he knows it must be done. This is why the world waits in fear. Because when The Chosen Season 6 finally arrives, it will not bring smiles. It will bring tears, sobs, silence. Viewers will sit in the dark after the credits roll, staring at nothing, trying to breathe. Dallas Jenkins wants that. Jonathan Roumie wants that, because they know the cross demands that price. And now the whole world must pay it. But the darkness of The Chosen Season 6 wasn't just written into the script, it seeped into the hearts of every single person on that set. Cast, crew, extras. No one escaped the weight of what they were creating. And now the behind-the-scenes whispers are surfacing. What happened during the filming of this season was unlike anything The Chosen has ever experienced before. For some of the actors, this season wasn't acting. It was breaking. It was personal, because when you stand face to face with the crucifixion of Christ, Even as fiction, it changes you. Jonathan Roumie was the first to feel it. He admitted during a recent press event that he wept. Deep, uncontrollable sobs between takes. Not because of exhaustion, not because of stress, but because he said he could feel the weight of Jesus' pain in his own chest. "It's not something you can fake," he confessed. "When they tied my arms to the post, when the whip cracked, when the crown pressed down, I couldn't separate myself from him. I wasn't pretending to suffer. I was suffering." Those words shocked the room. Jonathan's voice trembled as he described the sheer terror of being nailed to a wooden cross. Hands bound, body strained, the world watching in silence. He said he broke down so badly after one scene, they had to stop filming for an hour. "I lost myself," he whispered. "I wasn't Jonathan anymore. I was gone." And he wasn't the only one. The actor playing Mary, the mother of Jesus, said that filming the crucifixion scene shattered her soul. In her own quiet, tear-filled interview, she revealed that after her first take of watching her son die on the cross, she collapsed to her knees when the director yelled, "Cut!" "I couldn't breathe," she said softly. "For that moment, I wasn't acting. I was her. I was watching my child die." She said she lay on the ground and wept for nearly 20 minutes before she could stand. The crew stood in silence, unable to speak. Some wept quietly behind their cameras. Others bowed their heads in prayer, because they all knew they were witnessing something bigger than a show. Dallas Jenkins himself confessed that he broke down behind the monitor. The man who had guided this series for years, the leader, the director, the vision keeper, said he wept so hard during the crucifixion scenes that he had to leave the set. "I couldn't bear it," he admitted. "I thought I was ready. I thought I could keep it together. But when Jonathan screamed from the cross, when I heard that voice echo across the hills, I felt like I was standing at Calvary for real." Dallas revealed that he walked away into the darkness and cried like a child. For 10 long minutes, he sat on a rock staring at the night sky, asking God why this story had to hurt so much. "Why did you do this for us?" he whispered. "Why did you die this way?" And the only answer he felt was silence. Heavy, holy, crushing, even. The crew, hardened by years of filmmaking, couldn't escape the emotion. The makeup team, who had spent hours applying fake wounds and blood to Jonathan's body, found themselves shaking as they worked. One artist admitted that her hands trembled so badly, she had to be replaced for a scene. "I couldn't touch him anymore," she said. "He looked too real, too broken. I felt like I was hurting Jesus." The camera operators, men and women trained to be invisible, detached, were seen wiping tears from their faces between takes. And the extras, those hired to play mocking crowds and Roman soldiers, spoke of feeling sick to their stomachs. One actor said that after shouting insults at Jesus during the crucifixion scene, he went behind a wall and vomited. "I knew it was acting," he said, "but for that moment, it felt like I was killing him." And what about the other disciples? The actors playing Peter, John, Matthew? They too found themselves crushed by the weight of their roles. The man playing Peter said he sobbed uncontrollably after the denial scene. "I felt like I betrayed my own friend," he admitted. "When I heard the rooster crow, I broke." He revealed that after filming, he walked alone into the hills for hours, trying to shake the guilt that clung to him. "It wasn't fake," he whispered. "For that moment, I was Peter, and I hated myself for running." The man playing John said he couldn't sleep for days after filming the crucifixion. "I kept dreaming about his face," he said. "His eyes, full of pain, looking at me. I'd wake up crying." And this emotional toll wasn't limited to the actors. Even the background performers, the nameless faces in the crowd, felt the darkness creeping into their hearts. One young woman, cast as a weeping onlooker at the cross, said she felt haunted for days after filming. "I couldn't stop seeing him," she whispered. "Even when I closed my eyes, I saw him hanging there." Another extra, hired to play a Roman soldier, admitted that he broke down after flogging Jesus in a scene. "I hit him with the whip. I knew it was fake. But when I saw the blood, the bruises, I dropped the whip and ran off set. I couldn't do it again." Dallas Jenkins revealed that they brought pastors and counselors onto the set to help the cast and crew cope. Between scenes, they gathered in small circles to pray, to hold hands, to weep together. "We knew this would happen," Dallas said. "We knew this story would crush us, but we didn't know how much it would cost." He paused, his voice breaking. It cost everything. And yet he insisted it was worth it. Because this is the truth. And truth demands a price. Even after filming ended, the scars remained. Jonathan Roumie confessed that he felt lost for weeks after leaving the set. "I couldn't go back to normal life," he said. "Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the cross. I felt the nails." He admitted that he spent hours in prayer, asking God to release him from the darkness. "I gave myself to this role completely," he said, "and I don't know if I'll ever be the same again." Other cast members shared similar struggles: fear, sadness, sleeplessness. But they all agreed on one thing: this season changed them forever, and now they are warning us, the viewers. "You think you're ready," Jonathan said quietly, "but you're not. No one is ready for this." Dallas Jenkins echoed this warning. "Prepare your hearts," he said, "because this isn't entertainment. It's an encounter, and it will break you." These words have sent chills through the fan base. What are we about to see? What pain awaits us? What truth will be revealed when Season 6 finally unfolds? One thing is certain: no one, not the cast, not the crew, not the audience, will escape unscathed. Because The Chosen Season 6 is not just telling a story. It is walking into the darkness of Calvary itself. And once we enter that darkness, there may be no turning back. And now, as the weight of The Chosen Season 6 draws near, one question remains. Are we truly prepared for what's coming? Jonathan Roumie, Dallas Jenkins, and the entire cast have poured their hearts, minds, and souls into making this the most raw, honest, and heartbreaking portrayal yet. This season isn't about entertainment. It's about encounter. It's about standing at the foot of the cross and feeling every ounce of sorrow, loss, and sacrifice. When Season 6 finally arrives, it won't just change the series. It might change us forever. Are you ready to witness the moment that will shake the world of The Chosen to its core? Or will this be the season that breaks us all? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Are you prepared for what's to come?